Today, August 9th, 2020, we celebrate the 50th anniversary of canonization of St. Herman of Alaska, the first to bring orthodoxy to this continent. It was 50 years ago today that the Orthodox Church in America canonized St. Herman, and he became the heavenly protector of the Orthodox Church in America and of all Orthodox Christians on this continent. Now today, as we reflect on the 50th anniversary of canonization, what does it mean to be canonized as saint? What does that look like in the Orthodox Church, and what is the process? Did you know that for the first 1,000 years in Christianity, there is no formal way of becoming a saint or process in which one was canonized? Rather, it was all done very locally. The people in the village or city would remember annually and commemorate holy men and women, people who they recognized were living a very holy and God-pleasing life. And so they would pray to them, they would come and visit their grave and their holy relics, and they would continue to pray to them. Services were made to them, and they were remembered annually. And this is how the saints of the church began to form. It wasn't until the 10th century that the Church of Rome, before the Great Schism, started to formalize a much more legalistic process, a much more strategic process in which one could become a saint or recognized by the church. This formal process, however, never fully took on in the Orthodox Church. Even to this day, there's a very organic sense in which saints are recognized in the Holy Orthodox Church. It's true that we do have an official recognition in which the heads of autocephalous churches and the synods proclaim holy men or women to be saints. And services are written to them, and they're placed within the liturgical calendar. But however, before this even takes place, there's a local devotion and piety towards these holy men and women of veneration, of prayers being answered, and of the faithful constantly calling on these holy men and women to pray for them. It's important to note that canonization does not make one a saint, but rather it's the life they live. It's them perfecting that very image of Christ within themselves. In the case of St. Herman, it was many years after he reposed that he was canonized a saint. But yet this didn't matter because he was revered and adored by the local people, not only in Alaska, but in North America. He was a very powerful intercessor then, even prior to 1970, the official recognition of his sainthood. So that's a very important point to remember, that it's not canonization itself that makes someone a saint, but rather it's the life they live. For the thousands and thousands and thousands of saints we commemorate annually on the liturgical calendar, there's also thousands and thousands and thousands of saints who lived righteous lives and close to God that weren't revealed to us. Our Lord reveals certain individuals to us, such as St. Herman of Alaska, to be a guiding light, to help guide us, and who are powerful intercessors for us on our path. And we celebrate his memory on this day. We celebrate the official glorification on this day, but knowing that he was a saint throughout his life as he cultivated and perfected that very image of Christ, showing us here in North America a very clear path to also receive that same glory of our Lord and a taste of that heavenly kingdom here on earth.